Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Women in Security Navigate Her Coffee Chat series. I'm Beth Anderson, and alongside me is my co-chair, Emma Barkley. We're thrilled you've joined us today for a relaxed, candid conversation about building successful careers in security. Our goal is to connect you with inspiring stories, practical insights, and real-world advice from leading women in the field. So grab your coffee, get comfortable, and let's dive in.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. I am joined with Katelynn, and we are here on our coffee chat series with Navigate Her, talking to women in engineering. So I'm joined by another great individual from dormakaba, Katelynn, and she's going to introduce herself, and I'm going to ask her a few questions today. So Katelynn, you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name's Katelynn Rooney, and I am a design engineer here at dormakaba, and I work on interior glass systems.
Very cool. Very cool. So was there a defining moment when you realized engineering was your calling?
I would say yes. I would say that in high school or in middle school, I got really early access to like tech ed classes, and that kind of propelled me into like working with my hands and problem solving. And at the time, I didn't really know what kind of engineering. I just knew that what I enjoyed of the tech ed class would lead me to engineering. So then it prompted me to join the iSTEM program in high school, and then ultimately the 3D modeling that I got to do in high school had me choose my major in college.
That's so cool. So I think it's so great to hear all these wonderful stories of women that are deciding that engineering is their calling very early on. And we see STEM on a rise with women participation. So it's a great career to get into.
It is,
So,
and I think early access is definitely important.
oh yes, early access and certainly educating people about like the different careers that you can have for engineering, right?
Yeah.
So women have incredible qualities and strengths. You could call it a superpower, right? So what unique strength or superpower do you bring to engineering or the security industry in general?
I would say that a superpower I would have would be cross-functional translator.
Oh,
I would say that I can quite effortlessly bridge the gap between engineering and manufacturing, engineering and sales, or engineering with like an end user, like a customer, or explaining complex assemblies to someone that might not be as versed as to what they're looking at. So it's kind of adjusting that, and a technical problem solver when it comes to explaining what you're making to someone that doesn't know what they're looking at.
yeah, I know one thing I always talk to individuals about is that kind of emotional intelligence quality that women have and being able to know your audience or being able to adjust how you're explaining things and having that kind of strategic superpower, right? Knowing your audience and being able to articulate that is critical, especially in the workforce.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so what advice would you give to young women considering a career in engineering and specifically in the security industry?
I would say you belong here before you're ready or before you even feel ready. You don't need to check every box. A lot of times when you go to apply for a job and you see, oh, you have to have knowledge of this or knowledge of this, you can be a perfect candidate, and jobs are willing and able to teach you what you don't know. I would never have chosen to work in the security industry, but needing a job and entering it now, I would say that you can take away all of the scary bits of the security industry and just know that you will learn on the job. And it is a quite rewarding field, knowing that you can help basically protect people from, like, we work on doors here at Reamstown, and access to buildings is so important. You need to be able to exit in an emergency. You have to be able to get into the building, key card access, all of that. There's so much to learn about this industry, and you can tiptoe your feet in. You don't have to know everything. Your curiosity and problem solving mindset matters more than, do you know what's inside of a lock? Do you know how much engineering goes into a header when you're walking through a door?
No, absolutely. I love that. So, a big thing I think that we sometimes sabotage ourselves as women is we see ourselves not checking every box, right? When
Right.
we look at a job posting or other criteria, and instead of going for it like men usually do, they have no qualms about it. They check two of those boxes and they're like, let's go for it.
Absolutely.
We sit there and we think of, oh, I have to cross off everything to even be qualified for this. And so I like that idea of putting your toe in the water, but also your perspective on the incredible purpose that we have within the security industry, and truthfully, all the value we bring with all the different components that really go into keeping everybody safe.
Absolutely.
With that, I don't have any other questions, but is there any different technologies or emerging capabilities that you see in the security industry that really interest you these days?
I think for me, getting into the deeper elements of using like 3D modeling software really interests me, and rapid prototyping with 3D printing and the different types of 3D printing. It's on the rise. Companies have their own print labs, having
Mhm.
that ability to take a model and process it, and then you have an end result very quickly to test is just invaluable in today's security industry.
Absolutely. Being able to take that concept, model it, and then see a prototype is
Yes.
incredible. So I've recently seen some of our 3D printing in the lab, and it's amazing to see what goes into like the plastics that go into a 3D printer and how it turns into this incredible prototype and product at the end. It's very fascinating to me, just that whole process, even in 3D printing. So.
It is. And for anyone willing to go into the space or educate themselves so they can sell themselves better, it is so easy with ChatGPT, with AI being able to give you scripts and language that's focused on your learning to learn quickly, to get access. So you don't even, nowadays, you don't even have to make your own model. You can just go on, type what you need, and poof, you can just print right away.
No, I love that. Absolutely. And using that those AI tools as um, enablement to for education purposes, and also using that in your day-to-day job and helping conceptualize exactly what you're thinking in your head, and bringing it to paper. And sometimes you just need that AI to just organize your thoughts and really put it into that solution form, right? So.
Absolutely. And knowledge is at everyone's fingertips with YouTube, chat, LinkedIn. I would say hone in on LinkedIn, make it your new Facebook. There's so many opportunities for you to learn, and continuous learning will help you in the long run. It will never hinder your opportunity.
Yes, and I think at every stage of life we continue to learn, right?
Absolutely.
It's an endless journey. We always have to learn and adapt and change. And I love that tip about LinkedIn. I'm a big LinkedIn user myself. So, well, thank you so much, Katelynn. I truly appreciate you joining me today for this Women in Engineering Coffee Chat series with Navigate Her.
Thank you all for joining us today. I'm Emma Barkley, and this has been a Navigate Her Coffee Chat with my co-chair, Beth Anderson. We hope you found today's conversation inspiring and useful as you navigate your own path in security. Don't forget to subscribe or follow us for upcoming sessions, and feel free to reach out with feedback or topics you'd like to explore next. Until next time, keep learning, keep connecting, and keep leading.